started on this note right here and was just traveling around this shape here. Notice that this is the only fret that has marbles on every single string. All the other frets, all the other lines from here to here are bent in some way. But that's a way to look at this structure. This, by the way, is the C major or A minor pentatonic. So we see the lowest line here is from E to E, and we've got almost the entire fret has notes in it, but not the second string. That note has been pushed over here. And we go over here, we only have that one note in there. Over here, just 2 notes. Over here, 4 notes, but you can kind of see those 2 being over here, so this is an easier line to remember. And then, of course, we get this. This line is a great way to orient yourself. John Mayer has an excellent video where he talks about how to use your voice to get into this shape here and to really understand what you're doing when you're moving from here to here or from here to here. But he calls this the equator. And then you can measure how far from here the notes are. I like that. The equator, going until it hits this shape. See, that's the same as here. And then here will be another equator. So it only occurs once per octave. So it's a great way to center yourself. It also has as its lowest and highest note the keys relative minor. So if this were in the key of C, this is A minor, this is an A note here. And also we know that when we jump this shape to the next note, that becomes the major tonic of this scale. This is a C major. So if we make this our sort of drone tone, and jam around these notes that make this home, you're gonna come home. And I'm on this C. And I'm on this purple note. This purple note. Alright. Set up an expectation for this to be the home note, but we went through all of these notes and it felt like this was a major scale, because the major chord here, C, E, and G, that's a major chord. It all felt like it belonged to that chord. But now let's emphasize the A note here. On the red note here. Blue note. right? So same set of notes has a very different feeling depending on which of these become home base. And I think rhythmically the easiest way to think of that is at the end of a rhythm pattern, bum ba da 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 bum. You're gonna end on it. Was that the boom? That's it. So that was a major ending, right? Or if it was bam bam doo 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 doo, then it's minor. So you think that that's all there's to it, is that you're dealing with major and minor. But if you look at the long box, there's magic that goes on inside that long box. Because you notice we have notes missing here. But what goes in there determines how this whole thing works. I don't want to talk anymore.